ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness, as it is written, He gave them bread from heaven to eat. You see, they want to see another feeding miracle. They essentially say, okay, you say you're something special, do what Moses did and give us some more bread. But of course, Jesus is not talking about physical bread. He's talking about spiritual bread. So first, he wants to clarify something. It wasn't Moses who fed the Israelites in the wilderness. It was God. Verse 32, very truly I tell you, it is not Moses who has given you the bread from heaven, but it is my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. Don't make this about a human leader. It was God supplying Israel's needs. But second, it is not about physical manna or bread. It's about the spiritual, life-giving bread that God provides. In verse 33, Jesus continues, for the bread of God is the bread that comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. Jesus, of course, is referring to himself as the bread from heaven. But they can't seem to get past the idea of physical bread. Maybe it's lunchtime and they're hungry. They miss the spiritual significance. Like Nicodemus and the Samaritan woman, they think Jesus is speaking literally rather than spiritually. In verse 34, they say, Sir, always give us this bread. These are almost the exact words of the Samaritan woman back in John 4:15, when Jesus offered her living water that would quench thirst forever. She said, Sir, give me this water. Jesus finally gets explicit. Verse 35, then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Jesus could hardly be clearer. The true bread from heaven is not the manna in the wilderness or the loaves the people ate the day before. It is God's gift of his Son. So Jesus says, I am the bread of life.